Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a bit, but life just kind of happened. You know, it happens like that every once in a while. Pardon the way that I look. I have not gotten dressed for the day, but I did want to bring you in. I went out earlier to check on our garden, so I did you a little garden tour. Showed you the new little kitten that has showed up in our yard. Neighbors think that when they were out the other day, it followed them home from somewhere. They have no idea. It just showed up when they got home within like 5 minutes. So I'm trying to find somebody that will either come and get it or something, because I saw it trying to get into my one bed that we've been cultivating. We did pull up all of our potatoes. They had started dying off. And we've learned a few things about this garden this year. As you know, this is our first real year of doing this, so we've learned some things. Give you little tips, a few things that we learned in the video. So I'm going to follow that up with this, and then I'll meet you right back here. Good morning. Just wanted to bring you guys out with me this morning to check on my garden. We did have another really good rain yesterday. We are actually in the part of the country that hasn't been seeing a lot of rain. It's rained all the way around us, but not actually on us. So thankfully yesterday, I'll show you what we did do. But little mommies are doing great. We've got some beans coming up, so here soon, hopefully they'll fill out. My flowers have done great. We've got some blooms on this is a Cherokee purple tomato plant. Those are my green beans coming up. You guys just keep in mind that I planted late. Green beans have my buds on it, doing wonderful. And then my flowers have just sprouted and taken off. I'm probably gonna have to move my one flower later. Sorry guys, I'm battling mosquitoes out here. My poor little pepper plant, I had to trim it all the way back. It is actually finally starting to put out some new blooms, some new leaves, so we'll see. There's my jalapeno. I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and pick that. Well, it's still kind of hard. It's not ready yet. And then I have my cucumbers and my squash and my zucchini in the back. That is my cucumbers. So I've been trying to pull them up. Hopefully later today, after my husband gets home from work, I'm going to add another level of fencing up so that they can keep growing. And I've been trying to pull my beans back and, you know, push those back towards there to teach them to grow back. And then my okra. So we're getting to a point, and then it's gotten really hot and humid again, so everything's kind of stopped growing. So I'm thinking tonight I may feed them. And my my parsley's doing great. My basil's putting back out. And then all my other stuff. Poor little chives. I'm trying. We did pull up our potato boxes yesterday. I'll show you what we got. We did, and tell you what we learned from that. This tomato plant's got plenty of blooms coming up too. So what I'm going to do, and there's some more later today, probably tonight when we come out, is wrap those. Drying out flowers. I do have some flowers. That is all of our soil that has come out of our potato boxes. So I'm going to get a little bit more. I'm probably going to get some more soil that my brother taught me about that actually has chicken manure in it. And then this is our citronella. I'll feed you in just a minute, okay? That's our outdoor kitty, Priss. And then this cat just showed up. We don't know, and all he does is cry. We're trying to figure out what to do with him. That is our golden raspberry bush. This is my little tomato plant that could, y'all, look at how big it's getting. So we are starting to see a lot of growth on it. We are starting to see some things trying, so maybe we'll get a tomato. These are my watermelon and cantaloupe are growing, and then just some flowers I put up. So as you see, our potato box, we had one there. We had one here, and we had one there, and we had one there. Get back inside, I'll show you how much we actually had. We've harvested a couple of boxes, gotten a few potatoes out. We did the rest last night. And I'm going to be honest with you, we've learned a lot. We need a bigger space. Hold on one moment. That cat's in my soil. We need a bigger space to do them. And then we need to plant a little different. So we're going to do things different next year. But what my husband has done is he has set me up his sawhorses. So he has put me this little thing back here, and we're going to get something to put on top. But in this old animal cage bottom caught water. So what we have done is we have put this water inside our cooler. So tonight we'll actually filter some of the leaves and the dirt out, because it is fresh rainwater from yesterday and the day before. So we will use it tonight. I'm probably going to use it to water my my plants. So that's what we have now. Join me in a bit. I'll show you what we got out of our other potatoes, and then we're going to fix those for dinner. I've got an idea about dinner. Come on, Prius. About dinner, so that we can. I've been doing a freezer cleaning out in the in the home. So I'm trying to get my prepared meals out and get those taken care of so that I can make more room in my freezer, because I do want to be able here in a couple weeks to go to the farmer's market and grab some things, just because of the fact that we didn't get to plant in May or April like you do. So I planted well into May, into the last part of May, and then a little bit into June. So things are going to come in a little bit slower around here, which is fine. But just to tell you, I am already planning my fall garden, because I would like to be able to have our own collards for New Year's. So that's a trip we're getting ready to go on, and in here in a bit I will show you my potatoes. Okay, so I'm going to show you our potato harvest. And like I said, we have had, we did pull up those other 2 boxes earlier, so we got 2 to 3 per each box was all we were able to get. But honestly, we were thrilled that we got that, because like I said, I've never grown potatoes, I've never grown onions, and out of all those onions that we put in, I think I got 4 or 5, and they ended up being really, really small. I don't believe that I had them in the right place. I don't believe that I planted them correctly. So I'm going to do some research before next year so that I can do it better. We have talked to our landlord. As most of you know, or if you don't, we actually live in the city and we rent our home. And we are, bound by city guidelines. That's why I always say, check where you live. Check the guidelines and the laws and the rules where you live. So we did. We checked with the city. We've checked the county. We've checked everything. And so we talked to our landlord. And when they come and done our inspection, she saw the outside and absolutely loved what we've done with the garden. And has pretty much given us carte blanche to do whatever we want within the city guidelines. So we are going to add a couple more beds. I'm going to pull up some things, plant some more things. I'm thinking with all those bushes that are along the backyard here, you plant 2 or 3 goldenrods and they will take over the whole thing. So I'm going to go in and weed a bunch of those out, because they are such a heavy grower. But what I would like to plant in their places are berry bushes. I've seen people do that. You plant them along your fence. We do have a chain link fence up, so I was thinking letting them run through there, because I just think it'd be a perfect thing to do there. And we're going to do some things. So we'll do all that later. Show you what we're looking at, because we are in the planning stages now. Also, we were talking about it, and the topic of bees come up somehow, and I'm not really sure how we got onto that. But she was like, you need bees. And I was like, well, we didn't know if we could have bees. And she goes, I think you need bees. Go get that honey. So we're looking at bees for next year. Looking into the city rules, but our neighbor down the street has bees. And they have a garden, and the way that theirs is set up is kind of the way we want to set up. So, and they are in the city also. So I'm going to kind of go by the fact that they have bees. So I'm going to look up. I've not found anything that says we can't. So we've got a whole new thing coming. We are actually going to be able to start our city homestead. So the name of the channel will be changing. So it's not going to want to be a homestead now. We are going to be working on one. So it will be our little city homestead. So let me show you the potatoes. This is the potatoes that we got out of those remaining boxes. The one that was over in the corner reserved us just a couple and one big one. But that box that we got those out of, box of the potatoes that were gifted to us from one of the pantries. So just the fact that we got anything out of there just has been phenomenal. Plus, like I said, I now know what I need to do. I now know how I need to do it. So we will be changing that next year because I do want to be able to have potatoes. And since we've gotten permission to expand everything, my one bed in the corner that has my watermelon and cantaloupe, by the time they phase out come September, October, I'm going to turn that into a garlic bed. And then what I would like to be able to do is one of the other beds I'm either going to put in, or the ones I have now, I want to turn into nothing but carrots and onions. So I'm learning how to do things. I'm watching some other homesteaders. I'm watching some farmers, researching things myself, because it is that time of the year again, as I said in that previous video. It is time for me to start fall harvest planning. My husband is going to put me up a small greenhouse so that I can go in and have my seeds growing and things like that. And my things that when we do get cold, I can put in there to try to protect them. Like some of my bushes that are, and some of my plants are in 5-gallon buckets. I can move those over. So we are actually trying to figure out how to be more self-sustaining year round. Any hints you have for me, any tips you have for me, any tricks you have for me. I'm at the point right now, if you have followed my channel at all, with my neurological condition, I cannot work outside my home and I cannot hold a job. So right now, this is what I'm saying is my job. You guys are my job, and my garden and my homestead is my job. So anything that you guys can help me with, you're going to go on this journey with me. Yes, we're still going to be cooking because to me that goes right along with it, storage and things like that. And I'm going to start canning. So come with me. Any tips, any tricks, anything that you have as suggestions for me, please give me those. So I will be back tonight. I'm going to video dinner tonight because we are going to have those potatoes. And I laid out this chicken that I put up as chicken tenders. A huge thing of chicken tenders from the pantry a couple weeks ago. I know I've not done a pantry haul video for you lately. It's just we've had a lot going on. My husband has changed jobs. And he is in a new job of our new business that's getting ready to open here in town. So he's gotten it on ground floor. So that has really just taken over here lately, which is fine. So, and we didn't get to go this week because of his new job and training. We're trying to get all of the logistics worked out because he has gone from when we first met, he worked third shift. He worked third shift he's only been off third shift since, I would say, right after COVID. So he worked third shift probably about 8 years, 9 years of our relationship. Then he come off of that and he went and done a job that was first shift. He didn't really like that. It didn't fit him. So then he went to a brewery and he worked for our son-in-law for a while. So that's kind of gotten, he went into second shift. So that's what he's been doing, going in later, working later, and coming home, which has been great. It's not third shift. He's been home with me at night. But this job is going to take him to first shift. So he's been getting up every morning. He's been getting there at 10 o'clock. He's home because they are just training right now, and they're still trying to get some things together to get them open next week. So he's home no later than 2, 3 o'clock. So we have the afternoon together, and we are loving that. So, it's just funny that throughout our relationship and to watch how we've changed and how we've grown as a couple. So this is the new adventure that we are starting on. Our youngest one, my son, just turned 20. So we no longer have any teenagers. Our children are all 20 and older. So Mom and my husband and I have been talking, and it's our time now. So we're going to do the homestead. We're going to get some things done. I've got a daughter's fiance is going to build me a cabinet to go right along here. So we're going to rearrange. I'm going to take and see if that will fit here. We just got a lot of things we do. We're going to set this up as a working homestead. So come with us, join us on this journey. We're getting started, but I will see you later tonight for dinner. Have a good day.